Hey, hello everybody, and welcome to Meet the Dog. I'm Chris. This is Aniela, and with us today is Sister. Sister is from the Christmas litter. Her parents are Tripp and Capri, who are also the parents of the Poppins litter. She is she's probably like a year and a half now, right? They were born Christmas 2021. We just weighed them today, actually, and she is the biggest of her sisters. She's weighing in at it was like 119, I believe. It was around 119. So she is the heaviest among her sisters. She eats twice a day, 3 cups each. She's doing very well in her training, it seems. I do have a little bit of a blurb here. Today, John took her to the DoubleTree, and there was a kids' dance event going on, and she did very well with having lots of children running around. It seems like she still has some head swivel, but it's improved with her increasing confidence. It sounds like she's also becoming very good with bracing while walking, and if you lose balance and stumble into her, or if you fall, she's doing very well with that. It also seems like she used to pull away with even the slightest pressure on her vest, but she's not doing that anymore, so it seems like she's doing very well in her training. It seems like, though, that she needs some work on her traffic, but they do intend to work on that with her when the weather is a bit more permitting. So it seems like she's doing very well, so we're all very proud of her. Good job. Let's see. Sister, she is one of the, 3 Merles in the Christmas? 4. There were 4 Merles in the Christmas litter. It was her, Wallace, Davis, and Army. And the way that I used to tell her apart from her siblings was that she was the only one that didn't have any outstanding things to identify her by. Wallace had the big white stripes, Army had the black ears, Davis had the spot on his back, and Sister was basically the one, well, it's not any of those, so it's Sister. Which is kind of mean, but it worked. Yeah, it kind of is like Winnie. Yeah, Winnie kind of has the same thing going. Though I can kind of tell her apart because she has the little eyeliner.
Well, today she kind of has a row of dots.
I never noticed that, actually.
Like really little. It's kind of like
I always, with Winnie, I always notice she's got little eyeshadow. That's how I do it. But we're anyways. So Sister gets along very well with the other dogs here. She gets along incredibly well with her siblings, especially Davis. Her and Davis are very tight. They were together for a very long time. When we had them slowly started splitting them up, she was always she roomed with Davis. They were together for quite a long time, and that still shows. They love playing with each other. She also plays very well with her sister Jenny, which I'm very happy about. We don't usually do too many same gender pairings, but that is one of the ones that has worked so far, and it's great. They're doing so well together, and very happy about that. It makes rotating very easy. Anyways, I'm going to open it now to some questions about Miss Sister. Crafty asks, how are the older pups coping with the wet weather in their training routines? Not a huge fan of the wet weather. They've been going indoors a lot for their training, have not been doing a lot of traffic work, which I'm sure they're thrilled with. In general, they're fine playing in the rain, but they don't like being outside too long. So once it starts getting a bit heavier, they'll kind of all retreat inside and will just stay there until it lightens up. Barb V asks, does Sister have a favorite place to play or a favorite kennel? Nothing that I've noticed.
Just anywhere Davis is.
Yeah, pretty much. Anywhere that like Davis or Jenny or
Kind of them too in the pond.
they do play very well in the pond if you let them out. They anywhere the two of them can really run around is a good idea for them.
Do they just
Uh,
like running together?
yeah, so pond's great for that because it's got that full loop. But she's pretty much happy anywhere we put her. Um, the arena tends to be a sticking point, but that's the case for a lot of dogs. Uh, Indy Dunes asks, does Sister like water? She does not. She is not one of the dogs that likes water. Her sister Army loves it. She does not. We this morning during breakfast, Sarah was hosing down the kennels and she wouldn't go back in because she was scared of the hose. So she is not a fan of water. Bar VS, does she ever get into any mischief? Not really. Yeah, no, she's
Mischievous
yeah,
dog.
she's usually on her best behavior. Every once in a while, she'll give us a little bit of trouble with kenneling up because she wants to play a bit more. But really, I've never really had any issues with
Yeah,
her.
half the time you don't even have to really tell her to
Yeah,
kennel.
yeah,
Just go to her
she
kennel.
kind of just kennels up on her own. Yeah, she's definitely when it comes to kenneling up, she's definitely one of the best.
She's like, oh, I know what you want me to do.
Yeah, she wants that treat. But yeah, I've never really had any problems with Sister. At least nothing major that I can remember off the top of my head. So nothing significant enough that it's like, oh yeah, she did this one time. She's very well behaved, and I'm very thankful for that, considering her brothers. How is she like her parents as an adult? She's a bit of a whiner when it comes to food, which is the one thing I know about Tripp. She's definitely got her mother's face. Though I think personality, I think she definitely gets her personality from her mom's side. She definitely reminds me a lot of the Sizzlers with how
Her
she.
mother's face, but she's got Tripp's jowls.
She does have Tripp's jowls. That's kind of a. Well, actually, no. Waverly and Jenny don't really have the jowls going on, but yeah, sister Davis, Jack, they all got the Tripp's jowls. They got those sad, saggy jowls, but thankfully she doesn't have the sad face. But I think she definitely gets her mother's personality. Any other? Oh, there we go. Bar V, would you consider Sister outgoing or reserved? Outgoing, definitely. Absolutely. She is definitely one of our more outgoing dogs. She's friendly, she's energetic, she loves to run. She is just a very outgoing dog. I think she can get a little bit shy with new people, but definitely not as much as some of our more reserved dogs. It's just kind of that more like initial first impression anxiety. So I would say definitely an outgoing dog. It is a sauna out here. We're gonna give it a couple more minutes for any last minute questions, and then we're gonna ready to go in because it is very hot out here. Ooh, there's a nice cross breeze.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was good.
Finally.
That was nice. Thank
Only
you.
bit of breeze we've received all day.
Only a bit of breeze. Any last minute questions about Miss Sissy? RVS, do you think dogs have a sense of humor, and does she have one? That's a good question.
If they do, then she definitely has one.
Yeah, I can see it.
Like, I notably remember Sister multiple times being like, oh, ha ha ha, you know, going against the grain for funsies.
You know, considering how often they prank us by gaslighting us, yeah, I think they have a sense of humor.
Oh, yeah.
The number of times I have been gaslit by a dog. I think they got a sense of humor, and I think it's sick and twisted.
Maybe I do want my leash. No? Or do I? Nah.
All right, I think that's all the time we have for today, because we are melting out here. Thank you very much for all tuning in, and we will be back next week with another dog. Have a good night, everybody.